She's done it again. We first met our next guest last summer after an impressive achievement. Deborah Coco is a student at Assumption High School in Windsor at the time. She was on her way to an international public speaking contest in St. Louis after winning $5,000 in a regional event. This year, she has another trip planned. Deborah has won the right to take part in a 2-week summer term at Yale University in Connecticut. It's a prize for winning as the first runner-up in a prestigious essay contest. The tuition for the engineering and technology course she'll be enrolled in is valued at nearly $9,000 Canadian. And Deborah joins me now in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Now, you and I first met actually around Remembrance Day. You were in reading your poem.
Correct.
So writing is something we've experienced with you before. This is a different form of writing. It's an essay writing. Mm-hmm. How natural does writing come to you?
I mean, it's definitely something I'm passionate about, but it does become easier with me organizing and planning out exactly what I'm going to write about.
Yeah. And this time you were talking about artificial intelligence. What was your take?
Well, the contest had 3 prompts to choose from, and the prompt I chose was, can AI be biased? And if so, what threats does this pose in the global society? AI was something I was always interested in. I thought it was really cool. So reading this prompt, I'm like, oh, I didn't know it could be biased. So in answering the prompt, I did lots of research, and I realized that AI takes previous data, finds patterns in that data, and makes future predictions from that data. So if that data contains biases, the AI can propagate those biases in the predictions it makes. So that was really something really cool to learn about.
Yeah. Did it change your views on AI?
It made me more aware of it. Like, it's definitely something I still think is cool, but I think if we're going to move forward as a society and use it, I think we have to be mindful of those biases and take the predictions it makes with more scrutiny and do more research as well.
What are some of the biases?
Well, for example, it's used to screen applications for universities. So if the data it's taking from sees that people from this particular area or people who went to this particular school have had less of a chance of getting accepted to this university simply because you're from that school, from that area, your chances are lowered since it sees this pattern and it sees you as also part of this pattern. It can make predictions that, you have a lesser chance. So something as simple as that could be some of those biases.
And you only had 1,000 words. Is that correct?
Yes.
How challenging was that restriction?
Very challenging.
Was that biased in its own way?
Very challenging, yeah.
How many drafts did you have to go through?
I think about 2. I did initial research and see which points I wanted to talk about in each paragraph, and that was kind of my rough copy. And then in the final copy, I was really just editing and revising exactly how I was going to lay it out.
Did you have someone proof it?
No.
Did you use AI?
No.
Were you surprised you won runner-up? How did you learn?
I was shocked. So I was just honestly in school. I was about to go into math class, and I got an email, and I saw the word congratulations, and I was a bit confused at first. But then when I read through the entire email, I realized, and I was honestly at a loss for words. I didn't even know how to feel. It was amazing.
Wow. Why was it so important to you? Or to explain what the significance is for this?
Well, I think because writing is something I'm really passionate about. So to see someone recognize that makes me really happy as well, since I love traveling. So the opportunity to go to the States and to study at this amazing university was something I was really excited about.
Now, this is run by something called the Oxford Royal Academy. How big of a deal is that?
Quite big. I mean, in their academies, they've had over students from 176 countries represented at these summer programs. So not only is this a big deal in that regard, but also going to these academies, you get to meet people from all over the world and foster amazing global friendships. And that's something that you really can't put a price on. So
now you could choose from Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial College London, Yale, or Cal Berkeley. You chose Yale. How come?
Yale? Well, I read the itinerary of what the program would entail. Yale had a lot of programs available for this particular summer academy, and part of the program would involve a New York trip. So that was something that really drew me to Yale as well.
What do you want to see in New York?
I've never been to New York, so obviously the very famous landmarks, the Statue of Liberty, going to Central Park. I just love traveling. So.
Yeah. Now, what do you hope to learn about technology and engineering from going to Yale?
I think what I want to learn is because I love creative stuff, but I also love math stuff. So I think engineering is a good mix of that creativity and also logic and math. So I feel going to this particular course will help me to just really use both of those sides of my brain to really create stuff that I'm really passionate about. So
You're also going to be on an Ivy League campus. Has that soaked in?
not yet. It probably will the closer I am. I mean, it's just an amazing opportunity. I'm really grateful because my guidance counselor was one who posted about this opportunity. So I think just being in that atmosphere will help me to just push myself and to do the best I can.
I can imagine going there and coming back because you still have one more year of high school.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to sort of fuel you to be more focused?
Yes.
Will you want to maybe go to Yale afterwards?
If I get the opportunity, I would love to.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Are you staying in residence there?
Yes, in the dorm rooms.
Okay. Do you have to have a roommate?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have to fill out a survey for your roommate? I remember doing that back in university.
I don't think so.
I imagine you're probably all really great kids, and so living with somebody else might be enjoyable. But are you thinking about that at all?
Yes, I'm already thinking about how I'm going to like plan my dorm room.
Yeah. Have you gone shopping?
Yes, we've gone
Okay.
shopping. Yeah.
What did you get?
Well, we mostly thought about, okay, I'm gonna need a pillowcase. I'm gonna need like a nice comfortable blanket. I'm gonna need like an extensive hygiene kit. Like I need my body wash over here. Like
I'm
stuff
with
like
you.
that.
Yeah, I know. Your kit for the washroom.
Yeah.
Is there something from home that you'll bring with you that will give you that sense of home staying in the dorm?
I think my drawing kit, like I love drawing, so I think it's something that'll keep me company and to also use to pass the time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're going to come back. And then you're going to go back into high school. Is that going to feel like maybe a bit of a letdown after being on Yale?
I actually think it'll be motivation because after seeing what it's going to be like studying in a university context, I think that'll give me more like focus and more drive to perform, to do my best in high school as well, to see that, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing in the future. This is the level of work I'm going to need to put in. That'll help me to start putting it in beforehand, even in high school as well.
Do you know how many other students are going to be there at Yale with you?
I'm not exactly sure because there's various programs. Like the one I'm studying is engineering and technology. There's other programs like business, architecture. So I'm assuming there's going to be quite an extensive amount. I just don't have the exact numbers.
Yeah, I was just curious. So what are your plans after graduation? Do you have a career in mind?
After graduation, I was thinking of studying engineering. I think that was the reason I chose this particular course because I wanted to see what it would be like in a university context to see if it's something I'd really want to go into.
Yeah. And what are your Oh, Tom's coming into the studio. We're going to get him set up. But first, before I let him go, I'm just wondering, at this point, what is sort of the main thing you want to achieve by going to Yale? Besides traveling to New York, or is that where you really want to do?
I think one thing I really admire about engineering and engineers is that it really gives you the tools to just build things on your own. You have a vision, you have an idea, you just draw it out, you make a prototype, and you can just literally create anything. So I think by studying this course, I really want to take from it that ability to just create and to not be intimidated by creating something new, but to really just start the drawing process and to start creating what I want to create.
Deborah, it's so great having you back in the studio. If
Thank
your
you.
engineer brain is anything like your poetry brain that we got to experience on Remembrance Day, you are going to move mountains. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.